Hi, this is Julie with Three Sister Sundries. I have just returned from the Denver Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, and today I would like to show you some of the classes I took. I only took three, but all of them were really fun. The first class I went to was put on by Picket Fence Studios. Nicole Peterson is the designer. The class was to learn how to use the life-changing blender brushes. And so I have a few and I've used them before, but I really didn't know what I was doing. So I was really excited to see this class in the workshop list for the show so that I could actually learn how to use them. Our class kit came with materials to make 3 cards, this stamp and die set for this cute girl. We got 3 of the blender brushes. I'll take them out of the noisy plastic, and they're dirty because obviously we used them. We got 3 of the same size of blender brushes. These are really good for just most of your blending. And then we got this little bag with 3 colors of Catherine Pooler inks. So we got a yellow, a light blue, and a dark blue. So the first thing we did was blend our backgrounds, and she explained how to cover an entire card base with the blender brushes. So we blended our backgrounds, and on this one we stamped the girl and a sentiment, and I don't know if you can see it, but she sent around Misty stamping tools that had a sentiment and then a separate one that had this background, like a city background, and we just used our own ink. Well, she sent around ink for the black too, and I stamped the girl on my own later because we didn't have time to do that. But so we stamped the city. On this one, we kind of did the same type of background here. These are the same colors on the background for these 2 cards, but one has more of the light blue in it than the other one. This one has more yellow, this one has more light blue. And then she sent around a stencil that we borrowed to stencil the sun with the dark blue ink. And then we also stamped the sentiment and the city with sets that she had, and then I stamped and cut out my girl later. And then this one we kind of blended in stripes, so it's going to take some practice to blend it without getting a real harsh line, I've decided. But it was really good to learn how to do that. So again, we stamped the city in class, and I later stamped and cut out. But we did get paper to stamp our girls on and this black ring. So we got everything we needed to make. Oh, we didn't get the paper. I used my own white paper for that, but we did get the ring. Then we got a little instruction sheet that had the pictures of what color of ink we needed to use. And then another instruction sheet with detailed instructions on how to put them together. The next class I took was so much fun. It was the Paige Evans class, and we made, well, she had enough materials to make 4 layout pages. I didn't finish them all because she uses like layered embellishments or over and under pictures, and I didn't have any pictures to put on yet, so mine are almost complete minus the pictures and some of the embellishments. But we did get detailed instructions on how to put these all together. So the first thing we did was some mixed media background, and so we traced a big heart onto this paper and then wet it and then did some watercoloring on the background. And then we did not have time in class to add all the embellishments, so I did that later. And I really like the way it turned out. I still have room for a photo and a few other embellishments that need to go on. But that one is almost completed. And then we worked on this one. This one was quite time consuming. We received one sheet of paper that had 2-inch squares in all the different patterns of paper in the collection. This is the Grateful collection, right? It's grateful, thankful, grateful, truly grateful. That's what it is. So we had to cut out all the squares and then cut them into triangles and then distress the edges of all the triangles. And so, but the first thing we did was just splatter a little bit of the watercolor and some white acrylic paint that was watered down on the background. So while that dried, we cut out all our squares and our triangles. So then we just added the triangles with foam tape, and later I did the embellishing with the little stars, and this one also, the picture will go right here, and adding a few more embellishments. So that one is almost complete also. Then we learned how to back a cut file. Her example had the cut file on pop dots over the paper that was backing it, and I loved the way that looked. And I may recut this file and attempt that. I bought some little itty bitty pop dots to try that out, so we'll see. But the blank O's will have pictures in them, and then just a few embellishments for this one. So this one, if I don't redo it, is also almost completed. Then we didn't have time to work on this one at all, so I did this just in the crop. And the paper is printed like this, with just like a sunburst of all these different patterns of paper. And so I just cut almost to the center and really heavily distressed and bent and folded, and anyway, just so it's really heavily distressed. And I may do a little bit more, but for now I think I'm happy with it. And then I just backed it onto another piece of paper, and so in the center is room for the picture, and then just a few embellishments around that. So in the class we received quite a few sheets of paper, all the ones that you see there except for the one that I backed this on. This was from another paper pad of Paige Evans, anyway, that I had picked up earlier. These are all my leftovers. We got the insides of the letters so that we could trace around them, and, well, not that one, but so we could trace around them and cut out our papers to back our cut file. And then I have some, see, these are the little squares. They were just all together on one sheet, and I have a few squares and some triangles left over from that, and quite a few extra sheets that we cut a little bit out of, so I'll be able to use them for other projects. And then we got a whole bunch of ephemera and stickers. We got 2 packs of ephemera, but I used so many of the flowers and stuff on the heart layout that I just kind of combined what I had left into this one pack. So so we got 2 packs of die cut ephemera. We got this pack of words in this cute little font. We got this package of stickers, and all I've used so far is the stars and a couple of the dots. So there's a lot left, and I think maybe a few of the words are used on some of the other layouts, but I'll have a lot left for other projects. Then we got these, I think these are cardstock stickers. They're just stickers. Anyway, they're beautiful. I love the I think it's like copper foiling on these ones. I don't know that I really, I used a couple of stars, and that's it so far. So I'll have a lot left over for projects. And then a package of these adorable, colorful letters. And we don't use too many of these. I know there are a few that are used on one of the layouts. And so I'll have a lot of those left over too. So that's the Paige Evans class, and that one was so much fun. It was a 2-hour class, and we were able to almost complete, we did the background and complete 2 of the pages. So her layouts are really time intensive, but they turn out so beautiful. So even though I didn't get everything done, I loved the class, and Paige Evans was so sweet and fun, and a fun teacher. Then the last class I went to was 8 page protector techniques. So is learning how to use new techniques to fill in I don't know what you call these page pockets, pocket protectors. I have a lot of these, and I really get kind of overwhelmed by how to fill in all the pockets. So I wanted to take this class to learn how to do some new techniques. Now, we didn't really do any techniques, but some of the things that we did fill the pockets with were new ideas that I hadn't thought of. So it was a pretty good class. It was more like completing a page kit, but I did learn a few new techniques. So this page protector started out as a 12 by 12, so we just cut it down, put a tab on it to hold it together so it is open here. I may take my fuse tool to it and close that off. Not sure I like the idea of that being wide open. And then we just stuck this in and added these 3 photo mats on the back side. So that's pages 1 and 2. Then on this one, this was a new thing that I hadn't seen before, is just folding a piece of paper in half, sticking half of it in the page protector, and then having the other side out so you can open it like a little book. So there are 2 of those, and then there are blank spaces left for pictures. And then we added little frames to other pictures and just did that double-sided. So they are double-sided. Now this particular kind of pocket is really hard for me to deal with. I have some pages like this, and these pockets, nothing ever stays in them just because they are so long and narrow. So she suggested adding an embellishment to keep it closed, or some washi tape or something. So that was something I hadn't thought of too. The next page is again the same kind of idea of putting half of the folded paper in to make a little kind of booklet. So those ones flip up. Again, we did double-sided tags, which I normally don't do tags to put pictures on, so that was kind of a new idea, and I like that. And then the back side, again, we did the double-sided frames. And then this one, this is a really big pocket. Not sure, it's 12 by 6, I'm guessing. And so this is almost a full-size sheet of paper folded to fit in here with this big frame that will hold 4 pictures, and then the folded over part is the cutout from these photo mats, just laid on here with a piece of paper behind, and everything is left kind of just tacked so you can add pictures, and folded over so you can see the lacy part of this frame underneath. So I like that idea, although I don't know that I have any of these kind of page protectors at home. And then this is just double-sided paper stuck in there, and then a tag on the back with a saying. So this class was okay. It wasn't very expensive, so I didn't feel like I was gypped, but I like classes where I learn more techniques than what I learned in this one. But I like the collection, and I will find some pictures to put in here, and I've got pretty much ready-made scrapbook pages. So those are the classes I took. I enjoyed them all, and I will be back with a few more videos about the expo. Thanks for watching.